suspensions and expulsions. This is a very significant social problem that we have that we need to repair. And I am in the process of working with education officials, with judges, with human services, private agency officials, to try to figure out what proposals to make to our legislature to turn around what we're doing. Zero tolerance seems like a good idea, and it certainly has had unintended consequences for what we should be doing with our kids who are fueling the school-to-prison pipeline. I want to talk about this issue, give you a little bit more background on why we cared in Michigan, and you should know we were the first state to conduct a summit on this problem. The first state.
All right. First state to conduct a summit on school-to-prison pipeline.
In 2012, a 5-person team from Michigan went to a summit, a national summit, on this issue that was held that talked about the problems. And this team that was, like I said, cross-disciplinary, came back all excited and enthused, and they got me enthused. And I said, let's do something. What can we do to get this done? So we gathered together all these teams that I described, and we raised money. We raised $250,000. Yes, we did. In order not just to have a meeting and everybody go home and hear all these statistics and then do nothing. No, to form a 3-year plan. So people got fed with a lot of interesting information about what's going on at the summit. And these local county teams are now going back to their counties and coming up with a local plan to get at the problem of school truancy and chronic absenteeism. So over the next 3 years, we will be working to reduce absenteeism and truancy in the schools. And in December, each one of these local teams is to come up with their own plan that they'll be submitting. And we will be meeting over the next 3 years in order to deal with the issues and to see what's going on with these local plans. You must understand, and I will give you this statistic. I'm delighted to see Colonel Atu here from law enforcement. She's a great colleague, and Mura Walling, I might say. Thank you, sir, for being here this morning. But a study was just done in Michigan of the population of the Department of Corrections. And you should know that 49% of the prisoners in our Department of Corrections are high school dropouts. Wow. 49%. That's intolerable. We need to turn that around. And what is the goal? The goal is that our children flourish. The goal is, in order to get at generational poverty, the first key to that, as all of you know, is education. And you cannot get an education if you're not in the seat. You must be in the seat. That's what my children would say, "Duh, Mom." You know, of course, you must be in the seat. How do we do it? I was staggered to understand what a huge issue school attendance is in Michigan. We started looking at this a year or so ago. We had a school in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where 50% of the kindergartners were grossly truant from school. 50%, that is missing more than 30 days of school a year. That isn't the 5-year-olds that are causing that problem. That's parents, that's educators. What do we do about it? So zero tolerance policies haven't worked. We know why they were passed, the Get Tough policies that we had after Columbine, etc. But we need to find a way together to get educational policy that will permit our children to remain in school. And then we need to work in a cross-disciplinary fashion in order to get at the issues in our individual counties. And will you raise your hand if you happen to be at the summit in Ann Arbor last month? Was anyone here? All right. Well, these teams that went back, the small teams that came from the counties, are being formed into what are called home teams. And I would suggest, if you are interested in participating with us in making a change, that you would contact your local DHS county director, who will help you to get involved in the local team formulating a plan. And I'll be meeting with Reverend Galbraith on Friday, and we'll be able to give you more information on the specifics for your individual counties if you care to do this. We understand that tossing troubled youth out of school is utterly counterproductive. Pastor Turman?
Yes.